Hello, everybody. Welcome to Healthy Relationships Project. My name is Miss Katie, and today we're going to be learning all about coping. So let's get started. Today we're going to learn what is coping. We'll learn how can we recognize feelings before they get out of control, and what are different strategies for coping with our feelings when they get really strong. So before we do any of that, let's make sure we're on the same page. What is coping? Coping is just another way of saying dealing with the feelings. Everybody has feelings all the time, every day. We feel sad and mad and scared and upset and frustrated and bored, and there's no wrong way to feel. Sure, things like sad or mad or disappointed, they don't feel good, but they're not bad feelings. They're normal to have, and everybody feels them sometimes. But even if I feel mad, am I allowed to start going around flicking everybody in the forehead? Probably not. Even if I feel mad, am I allowed to knock down all the shelves in my house? Probably not. It's okay to feel whatever you feel, but it's my job to let those feelings out safely. So even if I'm mad, I can't hurt anybody. Even if I'm mad, I can't hurt anything. And even if I'm mad, I can't hurt myself. It's my job to let those feelings out safely. That's what coping is all about. But we can all hear that and say, yes, I agree. And then at the same time, at your house, I guess, raise your hand if you've ever gotten in trouble for something you did while you were mad. Me too. I think most people probably have. Because sometimes the bigger our feelings get, the harder they feel to control, and that's when we start breaking those rules we made for ourselves. Anger is kind of like a thermometer, any feeling is. And the higher it goes, the hotter it gets, the harder it is to control. We all have different levels of anger we might feel. At the bottom, when it's just a little bit of anger. Maybe they're out of your favorite chips in the snack machine. Or maybe you are just waking up really tired and kind of grumpy. We call that annoyed. It's not the maddest I've ever been. It's not going to ruin my whole days, but it might ruin my next 10 minutes. I'm annoyed. Everybody feels annoyed sometimes, but annoyed is different from other kinds of anger because we can probably get over it pretty fast or pretty easily. Maybe I wait 10 minutes and I forgot all about the Doritos. I ate something else. It's all good. Maybe I distracted myself by playing video games for an hour and now I'm back to normal. It's all good. Annoyed is a kind of anger that everybody feels. It comes on fast and it goes away fast. So it's not so hard to deal with. And most of the time when we're annoyed, that's not the time I get in trouble by pushing my brother over or destroying stuff in the house. Angry, when I start getting more mad, that higher level right in the middle, that one starts feeling a little harder to control. So when I say pure old regular type angry, maybe that means a car was driving by and splashed water all over you. I'd be pretty angry because now I'm stuck in wet clothes all day. How rude. Maybe angry happens when somebody says something rude about you because I'm hearing that rude comment in my head all day. How dare you? Angry feels bigger and we think about it longer. And it might look bigger too. Our bodies might start feeling a different way. When I'm angry, maybe I'm feeling my muscles start to get really tight and my fists might ball up. My breathing might get faster. My heart might pound a little more. My body starts showing it because the mad went up. I'm a little more angry. And it probably takes a little more to bring it back down. I might not be okay in 10 minutes. Maybe I need to talk to somebody first. I might not be okay playing video games. Maybe I need to exercise or punch a punching bag or scream into my pillow before that anger goes away. Everybody feels angry sometimes, but remember, it's our job to let the anger out safely. I can't hurt anyone and I can't hurt anything. But sometimes we're not just annoyed, we're not just angry. We feel the maddest we've ever felt. Way up at the top, We can call that rage. We can call that so mad. We can call it furious. Furious is the way top of the mad thermometer, the maddest we ever get. And that's probably when you've gotten in trouble for things you did when you were mad. Because it feels so big that it has to go somewhere and I can't control it, and boom. It almost feels like the anger explodes. We might feel furious if everything that happened today was annoying. And so just a little bit of annoyed and a little bit of annoyed and a little annoyed, boom, turns into furious because it was too much at one time. Or we might be furious if one really big thing happens, like if we get grounded and we can't go to a sleepover we were looking forward to all week long. That might make us a little more mad. Or if your brother or sister breaks one of your favorite objects, that might make us furious. And everybody feels furious sometimes. But when we're at the top of the thermometer, that's when it's the hardest to make safe choices with our anger. Think about it like you're trying to catch a dog. If a dog gets out and you have to catch it, it's easy to pick a little one up and just carry it back home. But a really big dog, I'm gonna need some help and maybe some tools to get that under control. It's the same way with anger. So we want to try to notice that we're mad when it's still kind of little or when it's starting to build before it's all the way at the top. All the way at the top is harder to control. So if we catch it early, we can control it by ourselves a little better. And the handy thing is our bodies come with so many clues to let us know, like, wee-oo, you are getting too mad, stop, shut it down. Our body is there to warn us when our anger is getting too hot. So everybody's body does something different, but I guarantee your body does something to let you know that you are getting mad. That might mean your stomach clenches or you start jiggling your foot. That might mean your fist ball up. That might mean you feel like yelling. Your face might change. You might feel a headache or might feel like your face gets really red and hot. There's so many different things that your body can do. And I want you to pause the video for a challenge. Draw on a piece of paper, a blank piece of paper, your angry self-portrait. Draw your face, draw your body, and show what your body feels like when you're getting angry. So here on this screen, I've got a person with fire eyes and a headache and steam coming out of their nose. Do they really look like that? Probably not. But that might be what their anger feels like. Their head feels so hot that it's like steam's coming out of their nose and fire's coming out of their eyes. They get a headache, their muscles shake. They did a really good job showing it. I bet you can show whatever happens in your body just the same. So head to toe, show what your body feels like when you are getting angry. And if you need any help, you can ask the people who have seen you angry before, what do I look like when that starts to happen? So go ahead, pause the video, draw your angry self-portrait, and then come on back and we'll learn what we can do with those angry self-portraits when we start getting mad. All right, so I bet you came up with lots of different things your body does when you're getting mad. Again, you might get really hot red cheeks, you might get a headache, you might feel weird in your stomach, your muscles might feel really tight, or you might see your fist ball up. You might fidget a lot. Maybe you get really, really still and almost spaced out. Your breathing might change. Your heartbeat might change. It's different for everybody, but every body lets you know when you are starting to get too mad and you might get yourself in trouble. We learned before that our bodies are built to keep us safe, and this isn't any different. Our bodies keep us safe from other people, like crossing our boundaries, and our bodies keep us safe from ourselves, making choices that might get us in trouble. So when my anger starts to get so big that my body starts changing, it's almost like hulking out, right? I start getting big muscles and my heart is beating. That is my body saying, whoa, this is getting out of control. We need to stop and bring it back down. You're always allowed to listen to your body, but Remember, those feelings are warnings, not commands. If your fists feel like balling up, that doesn't mean we have to hit something. It means my body is saying, uh-oh, my hands have too much energy. I need to calm down. If I feel like yelling, it doesn't mean I have to let the yells out at a person. It means my body is letting me know, uh-oh, my throat is getting angry. I need to bring it back down. So our body gives us warning signs that we get to make choices about. As soon as I notice my body is doing that angry thing, I stop, I walk away from whatever is making me feel that way. Just get away from it because we're too mad to make good choices right now. I stop, I go, and I do something to calm back down. So let's think about all those different ways we might be able to calm down. Let's say you're one of those people who likes to stomp and kick things and storm around the house when you're really mad. I bet that could get you in some trouble. So what else could we do with our feet to cope? Coping doesn't mean that we just go, all right, I'm not angry anymore, because nobody works that way. Coping means we recognize our body telling us we need to get this angry energy out, and we make good choices about what to do with it. Anger is always energy. It's all this energy in our body that wants to go out by yelling and throwing things, and that probably gets us in trouble. So we have the energy, we're allowed to let it out. It's just making safe choices about the way we do it. So I stop and I pick something else. If I'm getting really mad, I want to kick, I want to stomp, I stop and I pick something else. And let's think about all those things that we could pick. You could go running. Running is just stomping your feet on a sidewalk. You could ride your bike. Biking is just stomping your feet on a pedal. You could kick a ball as hard as you can. You can dance, because dancing is just stomping that looks a little better. You can jump on a trampoline or just on the ground. If you do any kind of karate or anything like that, just kicking the air is an awesome way to get that energy out. So it's not wrong if you have feet that want to move when you're mad. That's your body saying, we've got too much energy and it needs to come out. That's fine. But we make safe choices about how that energy comes out. Can I kick a hole in the wall? Not without getting in trouble. Can I stomp around the house and make a lot of noise? Probably not without getting in trouble. But could I kick a ball? Absolutely. Could I stomp around when I'm dancing in the yard? Absolutely. There's lots of different ways we can cope. It's just picking one that works better for you. What about if you're one of those people who likes to yell and scream when you're really mad? Well, what could we do instead? I can't yell at my brother or sister because I will get in a lot of trouble. But could I sing at the top of my lungs? Because singing is just screaming. It sounds a little better. Probably. Could I talk to somebody about what I'm feeling? Yeah. I could silent scream. If you've never silent screamed before, you can try it with me now. That's where you bring all the air into your lungs and we scream, but instead of making noise, we go. Looks crazy, but it feels really good and it gets that same energy out without us getting in trouble. Or you could scream into a pillow. You could blow bubbles, because blowing bubbles with gum or the soapy kind is the same thing as getting all that air and going. That can feel better too. There's even a special, again, kind of silly looking breath called lion's breath that helps people calm down with anger. The way lion's breath works, you breathe in and you go like a lion who's yawning. It looks crazy, but it pushes all the energy out. It makes you feel better and it saves you from getting in trouble. So if you're a person who likes to yell or use your voice or say words when you're mad, that's fine. Coping just means picking a way to do that works better for us. And one last thing, what if you're the person who likes to rip things up or throw things or even hit things when you're mad? We can make choices on how to use our hands that are safer too. So can I squeeze a stress ball to get that anger out? Can I do push-ups or push as hard as I can against the wall and get that energy out? If I feel like hitting, could I dribble a ball instead or punch a pillow? Could I rip up a piece of paper? And again, can I dance? Because dancing moves my arms without anybody getting hurt. So I can't go up and push my brother. I can't go hit my neighbor who is annoying me in a game. But I can do push-ups against a wall. I can rip up paper. I can dance. It still uses my hands and arms. It just uses them in a way that works for me. Coping is just about making different choices for how we let that angry energy out and move on with our day. So when I start getting those angry body signs, I stop, I pick something else, and I calm myself back down. I'll teach you 2 more coping things that you might not know on your own. One of them is called lump of coal, and you'll see why I call it lump of coal, because you make your body tight like a little lump of coal. So you breathe in all of your air like this, and you squeeze in your muscles as hard as you can until they're shaking. Do you see how my arms are shaking? And you hold it for 10 seconds. And after 10 seconds, you go, you let all your air out and you let your muscles go loose. So I showed you at home where nobody can see you. Try it with me one time. Are you ready? Here we go. Breathe in all of your air and curl your muscles so tight that they are shaking like this. It should be exhausting. It should shake, because when we're done, we're going to be tired and that energy will be gone. Ready? I got really tired now. My arms feel a little bit tingly. If that's how you feel, that's really normal. It's holding all that angry energy in and then pushing it back out. So that's one way that we can calm ourselves down. That works really well if you're maybe in a public place or school where you can't really dribble a ball down the hallway and you can't try one of the bikes for sale at Walmart to calm down. But you always have your body with you. So you can use that lump of coal to hold all that energy in and then push it out if you need to calm down. And one more thing we can learn together is something called square breathing. Now, a lot of times when I tell someone to take a deep breath, I see them go, I don't know what you think, but that doesn't look so relaxed to me. So square breathing is a type of breathing that helps us actually calm our bodies down and be ready for something else. So the way it works, I'll show you and you can try it with me. I breathe in for 4 seconds. And I don't let it out yet. Now I hold for 4 seconds. Then I go out for 4. And I hold for 4 more, no new air yet. So it's in, hold, out, hold. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. So let's try it again. Try it together. Try it with me one time and just see how it feels in your body. Ready? We're going in, hold, out, hold, in, hold, out, hold. You can go back to breathing normal. If that felt different in your body, if that made you feel calm, if that made you feel relaxed, that's awesome. That's another tool that you have to calm down if you ever need to. And if it didn't work for you, that's okay too. Everyone's body is different. So some things work for some people, some things work for others. It's just about finding the ways to cope that work for you. So after you calm down, a lot of times the things that make us mad are people we spend a lot of time with, friends and family, people like that. And I can't decide that my brother made me mad, so I'll never talk to him again because he sleeps in the same room. So I probably have to talk to him again. Or I can't say I'm never talking to mom again. She embarrassed me so much because, well, somebody's got to feed me dinner. So I probably have to talk to her again. So after you calm down, we might need to talk to people about what made us mad. And we have different ways to do that that could work better or worse for us. Now, I say after I calm down, because when I'm this mad, I'm probably not going to say anything good. When I'm this mad, I'm going to be yelling and saying mean things. And what am I going to get back? I yell at them, so they yell more, and I yell more, and they yell more, and boom. We have a big explosion we didn't have to have. It turns into a fight. But even when I'm calm, the way I talk makes a difference. Look at all these sentences on the screen. You make me so mad. You are the worst. You are so embarrassing. See my finger coming at you? Me saying you. What that does is make people feel defensive. It makes them feel like, oh no, someone's coming at me, and we push back. I don't make you mad, you make me mad. I'm not the worst, you're the worst. I'm not embarrassing, you're too embarrassable. It doesn't make it easy for people to listen. So saying, you make me this, you make me that makes people feel blamed, and nobody likes getting blamed. If we want someone to listen, and more importantly, maybe change the thing they're doing, we have to use something we've talked about a lot, an I statement. The reason I love I statements so much is when I say, I feel embarrassed because you showed them that baby photo and I'd feel better if you don't, I'm not yelling at anybody. I'm not calling them names. I'm not making them feel like a bad person. I'm talking about my feelings, one action they did, and the way they could change that action to make me feel better next time. It's not telling somebody you are embarrassing. It's saying that photo is embarrassing. And that's a lot easier to hear. It's not saying you stink. It's saying, I didn't like that you did that, but I know you'll fix it if I give you a chance. It's working like a team. So I statements tell people I feel blank because blank, and I would feel better if blank. So let's practice using our I statements. What if your best friend made a joke that hurt your feelings? That happens in lots of people's lives, and I have choices for how I handle it. I could say, you're the worst friend and you should know you never joke about that, but my best friend's probably going to yell back and say, I didn't know, you never told me I can't joke about that. You're so sensitive. I yell, they yell, I yell more, they yell more. Boom. Big explosion we didn't have to have. So what if I try using my I statement instead? I say, hey, I feel hurt because I don't like people joking about my braces, and I would feel better if you stopped doing that. I never called my friend bad. I never said words that were mean. I never pointed and yelled. I just said, I feel hurt. I don't like jokes about my braces. Please don't make them. If my friend is a good friend who wants me to feel good, who I can trust, they'll be able to listen to that and say, okay, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I statements are the things that make a difference. What if your mom called you Pookie in front of all your friends? That might be really embarrassing, but if you shout, Mom, you called me Pookie, you're so embarrassing, and storm away, Mom might not listen, and Mom might even ground us for yelling. But what if you tried using an I statement and you said, Mom, I feel embarrassed when you call me Pookie in front of my friends, and I would feel better if you stop. First of all, I can guarantee you Mom's gonna be like, you are so mature, look at this person. And Mom will be able to listen, and hopefully Mom will say, I didn't know that embarrasses you. I'm sorry, I won't do it again. I statements are easier for people to hear, easier for people to understand, and they help people know exactly what behavior to change. So if somebody made you mad, stop and think, why did that make me mad? What exact behavior made me mad? Was it the nickname? Was it the joke they made? Was it not getting shared with? Whatever it is, figure it out. And also ask yourself, what would make me feel better? Because if I can go back to my friend with a whole package and say, here's what hurt me, here's what would fix it, ta-da, it's a lot easier for them to fix it because they know exactly what to do now. So we can't never talk to someone who made us mad again. I'm friends with lots of people who made me mad before. But I use my I statements. I tell them how they can fix it. And when they're friends who I trust and friends who care about me, they try to fix it in the way I can. So sometimes we can't solve the problem. Sometimes I tell somebody, I don't like it when you do this, and they don't stop. Well, at least we told them what was up. There's never anything wrong with telling somebody we don't like the way they treat us or that what they did upset us. But I don't guarantee an I statement's always going to work. You can tell your older sister, I feel left out when you ditch me for friends, and I'd feel better if we could hang out. And she might say, I don't want to hang out. That hurts, but it could happen. So if that happens, we still have choices. Maybe if your sister always ditches you when you go to the mall, you used your I statement, you told her that hurts, but she doesn't stop ditching you. Next time she invites you to the mall, you can say, no, I don't want to go with you. You ditch me. That's okay. Next time your sister ditches you, maybe you go hang out with somebody else, somebody who's more friendly to you, like an aunt or your mom or your dad or your cousin. And you can always tell. You can always talk to an adult you trust about what's going on and see if they have ideas for how to fix it too. I statements let us fix the problem first with our friend or family member, but they don't fix everything. Everybody still needs help sometimes, so if you don't solve the problem with an I statement, you can still use your no-go tell for help with other problems too. Thanks for learning with me today, everybody. So today we learned that coping means dealing with feelings so they don't get out of control. Our bodies give us clues all the time that it's time to stop, walk away, and use our coping tools to calm back down. But we can also always ask adults for help with coping if our feelings are still really big, or if we tried our coping tools, we tried our I statements, and they still didn't work. It's adults' job to keep kids safe, and that means with your feelings too. So thank you for learning with me, everybody. Until I see you next time, be safe. Thank you.